Hello lovely students and welcome back to English with Lucy. How would you rate your English vocabulary range on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being, I know nearly nothing, to 10, which is, I ate a dictionary for breakfast. Well, today I'm going to help you test your vocabulary knowledge with 15 beautiful words. We'll start with some fairly common words and we'll gradually build up to super advanced words that even proficient speakers of English might not know. What do you think? Are you ready for the challenge? Mega important. There's a free PDF that you can download that goes with this video, and in this PDF you won't just find the 15 words. We've also added 15 bonus words to really give your vocabulary a boost. There's also a link that will take you to some interactive vocabulary exercises to test you on the 30 words you'll learn in the PDF. I've also included some top tips to help you memorize any words that are new for you. To download this mega PDF and exercise pack, just click on the link in the description box, or you can even scan the QR code. Then just enter your name and your email address. After that, you'll automatically receive my free weekly PDFs alongside my news, course offers, and updates. It's a totally free service and you can unsubscribe at any time. With these words, I will say them once so you can think about whether you recognize it. And then when I say it the second time, I'll show it on screen. Let's get the ball rolling with a relatively easy word. Reckon. Reckon. Does it ring any bells? Here it is in a complete sentence. I reckon it's gonna rain soon. Have you got it? Reckon is an informal verb that means think or believe. We use it so often in British English. I reckon that I use it around 100 times a day. Number 2, core. Core. Notice how I don't pronounce the R in core. There's no sound there. It's just that long vowel sound, or, core. An example using core: my dad reading me a story before bed is one of my core childhood memories. Core is such a beautifully versatile word. As a noun, it means the central or middle part of something, like an apple core or the Earth's core. When used as an adjective, it usually refers to the central or key part of something. A core memory is a significant memory from your childhood. It's often something that has a direct impact on your personality. We also often talk about core beliefs or core values. Number 3, deliberate. Deliberate. The teacher made a deliberate mistake to check if the students were still paying attention. If you've never heard this word before, can you guess its meaning from the context? A deliberate action is intentional. We can also say the teacher made a mistake on purpose. The opposite of deliberate is unintentional or by accident. British English, in American English, they also say on accident. We favour by accident in British English. Now, deliberate has an sound at the end, the schwa, deliberate. You will also hear it squeezed down to 3 syllables, deliberate, deliberate, in fast spoken English. Be careful though, there is also a verb that is spelt in exactly the same way, but it has a different meaning and pronunciation. The verb form is to deliberate, deliberate, with A at the end. Words like this are called heteronyms, and I've included some more examples in the PDF. Bonus point if you know what deliberate means. If you deliberate something, you think about it very carefully. For example, the judges deliberated for hours before reaching their final decision. Time for number 4, elsewhere. Elsewhere. Notice how the main stress is on the second syllable, elsewhere. Here is the word in context. Any idea what it means? The restaurant is fully booked. We'll have to go elsewhere. There's actually a bit of a clue in the word itself. To go elsewhere means to go somewhere else. Elsewhere, somewhere else. I think it's a beautiful word, the way that somewhere else is inverted to become elsewhere. We usually use it after a verb, like we did in the example sentence. Okay, how are you getting on so far? Let's do number 5, grab. grab. For example, someone just grabbed my bag and ran off with it. Grab literally means to take hold of something very quickly, often using force. But we can also use grab as a casual expression, meaning to get something to eat or drink quickly. It's a great phrase that we use all the time. For example, we've got 30 minutes before the next meeting. Should we go and grab a coffee? Obviously, I'm not going to snatch the coffee like that. We're just going to get it quickly. It implies speed. Number 6. Ready? I love this vowel sound. Urge. Urge. I love this word, but it can be tricky to pronounce because of the long vowel sound at the beginning. Imagine you've just seen something that's disgusting and say, It's the same sound you find in world and work. Urge. Have you heard this word before? Okay, let's look at the meaning. Can you replace urge with a synonym in this sentence? The government urged the public to remain calm. It's a pretty formal word. You might have heard it on the news. Still not sure? Maybe you can think of another word that begins with the letters U, R, G, and E. We have urgent. This has the same root or origin as urge. It's similar in meaning to recommend, but it's stronger. The structure is to urge somebody to do something. It's also often used in the passive. For example, she was urged to follow safety procedures at all times. Okay, here comes lucky number 7. Gig. Gig. I've just bought tickets for the Coldplay gig in September. Gig is another word for concert. We normally use it with popular music concerts like pop, rock, or jazz. We don't normally say a classical music gig. Here, the word concert would be more appropriate. Musicians or comedians do or play a gig, but most of us go to a gig. Sometimes it's used in a slang way to mean a job. I've got a gig as a children's party entertainer, for example. It's like a one-off. It can also be used as a verb, and I've left more information about all of this and all of the other words, plus some more, in the PDF. The link's in the description. Okay, we're over halfway through now and we're moving things up a notch to some advanced level words. Number 8, I love how this word sounds. Cling. Cling. Here it is in a sentence. He always clings to his girlfriend's arm when they watch horror films together. So if you cling to or onto something, you hold it very tightly, usually because you're afraid. You probably have some cling film in your kitchen. It's also known as plastic wrap. We use it to cover food tightly. So if you describe a person as clingy, what are you saying? It's a fairly disapproving adjective, meaning that a person depends on another person too much and lacks independence. We often use it to describe children or partners who are perhaps a bit too possessive. For example, Sarah is a clingy child. She never leaves her mother's side. Ready for number 9? We're moving into super advanced territory now. Gabble. Gabble. He got nervous in the interview and started to gabble. If you gabble, you speak so quickly that people find it difficult to understand you. We often use it with the prepositions on and away. What do you tend to gabble on about or gabble away about? I have to admit, I tend to gabble on a bit about Spain. I'm here right now and I love it. Number 10. This is a word that I learnt fairly recently, and now that I know what it means, I see and hear it everywhere. It's a regular verb, gaslight. Gaslight. For example, the boss made a mistake and then gaslighted me into thinking it was my fault. To gaslight means to manipulate someone's memory of an event. And this usually involves trying to make somebody believe things that aren't true in an attempt to control them. If someone gaslights you, you might start to doubt your memory of an event. And you're probably thinking, where on earth does this come from? Well, interestingly, this term comes from the 1930s British play called Gaslight, in which a man manages to convince his wife that she has a mental illness. Really creepy. Number 11, we have ghost. Ghost. Now, I know you're thinking, Lucy, there's no way that ghost is an advanced word. Well, you're not wrong. The noun ghost is definitely an intermediate word, but could you use ghost as a verb? Here's an example. We chatted online for over a year and then she completely ghosted me. If you ghost somebody, you suddenly stop all communication with someone without explanation. You simply, and then I'll go down like this, disappear. We often use the term with online relationships, but you could also be ghosted by a friend or someone you're dating in person or in real life. It's quite sad, actually. Let's move on to number 12, to another word I love saying, finicky. Finicky. This word has two meanings, so let's hear it in context. I'm a bit finicky when it comes to coffee, so I always buy from the same independent coffee shop. Another example, different meaning, can you help me put this shelf together? It's a bit finicky. So in the first sentence, finicky means fussy. It's a disapproving adjective, which means that you worry too much about certain things. This worrying can make it difficult for you to be happy or satisfied with something. In the second sentence, assembling the furniture is finicky because it requires a lot of attention to detail, as there may be lots of small parts. Okay, we are on the home straight now. Our final three words. Number 13, situationship. Situationship. An example, I'd love to move things on from being in a situationship to actually being boyfriend and girlfriend. Any ideas? This is a great word to use when you're more than friends with somebody, but you're not officially dating or in a serious relationship. It's a blend of the words situation and relationship, and it's being used more and more frequently. Number 14, ableism. Ableism. Do you recognize any parts of this word? Able or ism? Perhaps you're familiar with the words racism, sexism, and feminism. Here's the word in context. As a wheelchair user, Sally is forced to face ableism on a daily basis. Ableism refers to discrimination against disabled people. And I love this word because it draws attention to unacceptable attitudes and behaviours towards people with mental and physical disabilities. Okay, now it's time for our final word of the day, and this is a word that I most definitely relate to. Nomophobia. Nomophobia. Perhaps you recognise the last part of the word, phobia. Here's the word in context. She has a severe case of nomophobia. She can't go anywhere without her mobile phone. So a phobia is an extreme fear of something, and nomophobia is a fear of not having your mobile phone. Something I can kind of relate to, although I'm trying to spend more time away from my mobile phone. Okay, that brings us to the end of today's lesson. How many of these wonderful words did you already know? And which one is your favourite? Let me know in the comments section. As I said, there are 15 more words in the PDF, and we go into loads more detail, and you'll also find that link for the interactive exercise pack. I think you'll really like it. Just click on the link in the description box to join the mailing list and get that right away. If you enjoy learning advanced English with me, I think you will love my beautiful British English C1 program. In the C1 program, we really dive into nuance. We differentiate between those little shades of meaning. We also look at your pronunciation, conversation skills, and of course, advanced C1 grammar. If you're interested, visit englishwithlucy.com. I will see you soon for another lesson. Mwah!